when technology is out of the Pandora's box, it's out. And our job is to get involved, especially as creative people, with all these concerns.
We are developing smart garments. We are interested in researching, designing and developing haptic and thermal experiences. Our Lighthouse project is the development and the research around these smart garments that can produce haptic and thermal experiences for virtual reality. I have focused in the project of doing research around the thermal experiences. So how do people perceive these thermal experiences? How can we make use of thermal illusions, perceptual illusions? So I have been conducting studies with participants to test these different illusions. Our collaborators also work on haptic experiences. For example, we work with very closely with Sense Glove, who works on force feedback in their gloves. I think it's nice to work together and exchange our expertises.
Today we're presenting the AR Magic Lantern, which is an augmented reality flashlight that projects virtual content onto physical surfaces around the user. And basically, it's like a handheld augmented reality experience that you can bring with you to museums, cultural heritage sites. We're working with the Museum of History of Barcelona. Basically, we have a projector in the front that's projecting the virtual content onto surfaces around the user. I can point it where I want. And a stereo camera, which enables us to do visual inside-out tracking, like a VR headset. Our role is both to develop the Magic Lantern as a lighthouse project, as a kind of reference for other XR projects in Europe of developing from an academic prototype, TRL4 it's called, to something that's ready for kind of public distribution or commercialization. And we also mentor 3 other XR projects within Europe that are developing similarly from a kind of lab-tested prototype to something that's market-ready.
So CAPARA, it stands for Queuing Assisted Augmented Reality Exergaming, personalized exergaming. And we have this program for people with Parkinson's disease, so they can play exercises within a game.
So every game has a different aspect in it. So it depends on what the patient suffers more, like small steps or trouble in balance by reaching. So that's what the game targets. So then we can personalize the games to the patients, and it's more effective than when you just give all patients the same program.
Here you see a standardized clinical test. It's called a timed up and go. And this is the data you get out of the test. So with the data from the hardware, we can see how well the patient is walking. And this allows for remote monitoring of disease progress. So this is very useful to implement within the healthcare system to reduce the burden on all the healthcare professionals.
It's a rehabilitation program for patients with low back pain. So they take home a Quest 3 headset and they use it independently at home daily for say 20 minutes at a time. And the program has features like an AI-guided virtual physiotherapist who will kind of guide you through the rehabilitation. There's games, so sort of rehabilitation games where you're expected to move and twist, and that sort of distraction can be very therapeutic. And we're testing it in a clinical trial. So we'll have 100 patients that will use this. 50 will use this system at home, and 50 will just use. They're just going to watch 3D video in VR, and we're going to measure some outcomes in terms of their pain and function and fear of movement, and we'll see if there's a difference.
What you see here is a shared space. This was not something originally planned to do with these patients, but we had to do focus groups when they started trying the XR Pain contents. And we all got together and we decided to have the focus group in the metaverse. It actually was a very good experience to develop in the future and have these share groups with the patients. Yeah.
We are very happy to get the EMIL funding to make one of our dream projects come true. So climate change VR, and that we want to give players a chance to actually connect together and actually really do something against climate change, literally fight climate change in the game and see that you yourself, if you band together, can do something against it. You could even compare it to some of the famous live service games a bit. Like you can also play 2-2 or with 4 people. You make some of the missions you can actually do again also. So we want to really incorporate a lot of flexibility because some experience, it's good when you have a playtime, I would think around 15 minutes, and it also gives the players a chance to stop them, especially in VR, and especially with other people also. Right now we did a new concept phase. At the same time we're actually doing our prototype, so we're working on the weapon systems and working on the intelligence of the drones and all that. And so we're trying out which gameplay works best with this mission-based focus we now have.
Our project is the Project Rembrandt. The focus of Project Rembrandt is mostly specific for telerobotics. Say you're at one position at an operator station, you wear the glove, you are moving your hand, you're moving your fingers, and on the remote side there are robot arms, there are robot grippers. The glove works on providing force feedback to the hand. So say you're grabbing something, it gives you force feedback, it stops your hand, prevents it. And one of the things that we are working is, as it's based on tendon, so we pull it and basically retracts back, but then once you activate it, it stops your hand. We are currently at the research scope or target user scoping. So where we go to different target users, say for example, we visited the nuclear research facility in the Netherlands. We visited the ANA Avatar Telerobotics group where we just want to know what kind of haptic glove they want for such a telerobotic intervention, what are the limitations of the current glove that they might be using. And one of the things that we are also focusing is temperature sensors and temperature feedback. So we have in talks with Aalto University regarding these guys are our mentors for the temperature, because they have the temperature suit, and we want to see how we can adjust it, how we can develop with it as well.
Within EMIL, Filmakademie Baden-Württemberg is creating a scalable multiplayer VR experience that can be played free roaming or at home, either alone or networked. This immersive interactive experience takes users into the labyrinth of the famed Minotaur from Greek mythology, showcasing the possibilities of storytelling in XR.